Hi, my brothers. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's having a great day. And I hope you guys are having really fantastic day because today's my day off. But I wanted to come here and talk to you guys about a couple of issues that I've been talking about at work. And I've been talking about with a lot of people recently. And I wanted to share some of my thoughts behind this topic. And essentially, I have talked about this in the past, but I always talk about with the whole purpose of, not needing too many guns in a way when I talk about it specifically, when I talk about things like training, when I talk about things about survival, I always give you guys the advice, or my philosophy behind this is the simple fact that you need to find training, you need to do firearm training, you need to do some training that is going to help you out. And a lot of times I tell you guys that you really don't need a bazillion firearms, right? But don't get mad so far. But I wanted to talk about this because just because the fact that I have give that advice out there, just because the fact that I have talked to some of you guys out there and said, look, man, you don't need a bazillion guns. What you really need is training. What you really need is to find a system that is going to help you out survive a situation. Maybe you need to do some physical fitness or something and get in better shape and things like that. It doesn't mean that I'm going to allow people to restrict the amount of guns that I have. And before I keep talking about it, let me say what's up to some of you guys out there. Richard R is in the house. First comment, good to see you, man. Carlos in the house. What's up, man? Aaron's in the house. County Spooky is in the house. CJR is in the house. Trainwreck is in the house. Dan Dude, all you guys are great. Thank you so much for the support. And recently I've been talking about this a lot, and it kind of happened after the whole Las Vegas shooting, right? The conversation that the media is bringing, the conversation that I have had at work is, how many guns do you need? Like, really, you don't need, apparently the guy had over 40 something rifles. So because of that, there's a lot of people having that conversation. Beretta Nice in the house. They say everybody needs an AR-10. I was just looking at one of your videos about a 308 that you were shooting. I can't remember what AR I was looking at, but I was just checking out one of your videos. I think it was last night or something. But there's a lot of conversation about this, and let me kind of stay on point here real quick. And here's the deal: I totally I'm in I'm telling you guys, I definitely don't think, and I will never agree to a fact that we have to regulate guns in that capacity, meaning that I'm never going to agree to the fact that you only need 7 guns or 8 guns or 9 guns, or if you're a law-abiding citizen, you can only buy 10 guns. I'm never going to get into that. And again, it's kind of sad, but the government and politicians always use people's emotional, belief or emotional stage of mind to pass their agendas. I mean, it happens all the time. So we see 59 people dying, and the first thing they do is utilize the American pain, the American, suffering that they're suffering because families are dying, and they try to pass their agendas. It happens all the time. I mean, it happens in September 11, when people die, and the government quickly utilized that pain. A lot of politicians did it, and I hate to say that. I know I serve in combat many different ways, but people use the American pain to pass their agenda. It happened in Sandy Hook with those kids being killed. Again, politicians use that suffering period to pass their agenda, and it's happening right now. And the conversation is always like, how many guns do you need? Well, to answer that question, truly, you only need a good semi-automatic rifle. You only need a good semi-automatic pistol. Maybe you need some type of specialty like a shotgun, but obviously you don't really, for survival situation, you don't really need that many, right? Because you can only carry so many of them. But nevertheless, that doesn't mean that there's people out there that truly enjoy the passion of shooting. I like guns. I love them. I'm a good person. I pay my taxes. I do what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm a law-abiding citizen, and I'm just not going to agree. I like shooting different kind of guns. I love the collection part of it. I like having my Glocks. I like having my MMPs. I'm dying to buy a new CZ. You know, just yesterday I was looking at Sony AR-10. And I was watching Beretta 9 mil. I think it was one of the Aero Precision rifles on 308. I was looking on things like that. I love firearms, and I'm just not going to agree to any restriction regarding to how many guns can I own. And it's a scary situation, because here's the big deal. And I said this in the past, and this is what you got to be careful. This is an attack. This is truly an attack on the Second Amendment, and I know some of you guys don't really believe this. Some of you guys may go like, no, not really. They're just trying to be, you know, keeping our people safe. Again, it's nothing. It's not about people. Keeping the people safe. It's not about that, because truly we can prove that states that have more firearms have people more safe. I mean, so it's not about having people more safe. It's about controlling you and controlling your rights as a citizen. So here's what's going to happen. You start giving away your rights and say, you know what, a law-abiding citizen can only own 10 guns, and then they're going to go from there. It's always going to continue. It's never going to stop. They're going to try to regulate the bump stocks, and then they're going to go into silencers, and then they're going to go into the amount of guns you could have. Then they're going to go into what kind of ammunition you're going to have, and it's going to get to the point that it will try to make you a country where you cannot own any guns. That's the final mission for this people to do. And from there, what's going to happen is what's going to happen in many countries where our freedom is going to be threatened big time, because a nation that cannot defend itself from the government is going to be in trouble. You know, we see guys like, like Fidel Castro. The first thing he did was remove all the guns, and then the Cuban people had to be in this situation where they couldn't do anything. What are you going to do? You're going to fight people with no guns? So truly, these policies have a final mission, and it's scary, guys. It's truly scary. And, you know, people talk about this all the time. You know, people talk about this, and people go like, oh, you just being crazy. You know, don't follow into that category, because in many occasions, there has been many things that have happened where people talked about, hey, you know what, this could happen. And people go like, no, that's not going to happen. And then it happens. You know, it truly happens. So don't get into that, that kind of lifestyle where you say, no, you know what, I could give all my guns away. Nothing's going to happen. It could happen. It truly could happen. So I don't know. I'm going to check some of the comments in here. Oh, Wicked Sensations in the house. Big shout out to you, sir. I just don't like when we get into this type of situation or this type of conversation where regular people say, well, how many guns do you need? You don't need military style guns. Yes, you do. And I got a video coming up about that. Yes, you do need a semi-automatic weapon. Yes, you do need a gun that has a great respectable caliber that you could defend yourself. If you not been watching the news, I mean, where are you at? Didn't you see Ferguson when people burned down cities? I mean, the city got burned down. Didn't you see Maryland where people were burning down Walgreens? And people were scared to leave their houses because the mass amount of people creating destruction, attacking people, looting. I mean, come on, man. What are you going to do if you have 30 to 40 people outside your house trying to burn down your house? What are you going to do? You think a revolver is going to work out for that? It's not going to happen. If you remember Ferguson, there were veterans standing outside their businesses fully armed, and they were able to protect their businesses. I mean, it happens. I mean, people want to see what they want to see, and they want to believe what they want to believe. I totally get it. But there is evil here. There's totally evil. There's bad people trying to cause issues. I mean, the first thing that we saw in Hurricane Irma was looting. It was ridiculous. Looting. Some people have the right to say, you know what, I'm going to defend my house. Or some people make the decision to say, you know what, I totally get it. I'm going to defend my business, and I need the proper firearm to do that. So yes, you do need a semi-automatic weapon. You definitely do. I'm not going to even get into that debate. You know, look at the lady that was in Detroit just a couple of years ago, and 3 guys attacked her house. She used a high point carbine, semi-automatic high point, to shoot rounds downrange and stop those 3 guys. At one point, the guy goes outside, he falls into the snow or something, or falls down the stairs or something, and you could see his gun hitting the floor. He picks up the gun and he tries to come back into the house. So, you know, and again, she put rounds downrange one more time. So yes, you do. You never know when you're going to have 3, 4 guys. I mean, just recently, we had the UPS guy, a guy dressed like UPS, knocking on the door, and you had 3, 4 guys attacking the house, you know, just breaking. The moment they will open the door, they will run through that front door with firearms. So yes, you do. Yes, you do. This conversation where you don't need a semi-automatic rifle, it's just ridiculous. Yes, you do. So, and again, I don't even know why people talk about this. You know, recently, typically the people that talk about this thing is people that they actually live in a fantasy place. They really do. They believe everything the government tells them. They believe everything. They just go into Facebook and they look at Facebook and they go like, you know what, guns kill people, and they don't take the time to do any research and find out the truly truths behind that statement. You know, there's so many people passing the wrong information that it's ridiculous. So again, you know, I gotta look at some of these comments here. I kind of going into a rampage, but I was talking to my wife the other day, and we were talking about gun control and things like that. And I will say, you know what, I got a lot of guns. I do. I got a pretty good amount of guns, you know, nothing crazy like some of the channels here, man. Some of you guys have amazing collections, but I got a pretty decent amount of guns. And I'm thinking to myself, I have, you know, in the years and years and years and years that I have owned guns, I have never failed my guns. You know, I never failed that, you know, like how they say guns kill people. My guns have never killed anybody. My guns are in my safe. So this conversation that, you know, because you have a semi-automatic rifle that is scary and it's going to kill people, it's ridiculous. Again, you know, I said in my last video, it's a heart issue. Heart. Your heart is wicked, and because they're wicked, they do wicked things. It has nothing to do with the guns. If the guy wouldn't have had a gun, he would have found a different way. We saw in France the guy killing 86 people with a truck. Just recently, just a couple of days ago, we saw another attack using a vehicle. So these wicked people use the tools that they have to kill people. Again, you know, it's illegal to have a gun, so they use a vehicle. So that's what they do. What are we going to do now? Ban vehicles? We're going to ban vehicles. But to get back in topic, because I'm getting kind of like off topic here, and I didn't want to do this. I wanted to stay in topic, but I always go around everything. But to stay in topic, here's the deal. How many guns do you need? Truly, you only need a couple if we're talking about self-defense. But don't get into this conversation on how many guns do you need with people. You don't need this many rifles. You don't need this many things. I don't concur with that. I think that if you're a law-abiding citizen and you have the means to buy whatever guns you want, I don't care. I don't care if you have 300 guns. I don't care if you have 1,000 guns. If you could buy them and you have a good collection, I mean, that's on you. I won't really agree with that, because I know for a fact that the point here is regulating your Second Amendment completely. So when we start giving an inch, we're going to start losing. When we start saying it's okay for you to regulate how many guns do I own, we're already losing. The next thing is going to be registration. Now I got to register my guns. Now you know what guns I have. Now you know how many guns can I own. And the next thing, they're going to go one step at a time. You see, the war is not going to be won by you know, it's going to be won by different battles. And that's kind of what we're fighting. So I don't really concur with any regulation, or I don't really agree with any regulation that restrict you, law-abiding citizen, from owning a specific firearm or owning a specific amount of firearm. I think that if you're a good person, law-abiding citizen, you are welcome to own whatever guns you want and however many guns you want, because that's your business. And you know what? I totally get it that some people utilize guns to kill people, but there's still a lot of people that utilize guns to defend people. The police officers that ran into that hotel room were using guns to defend us. And you know what? Like I say, if you remove guns out of the way, they're still going to kill people because it's a hard issue. It's hard. These people commit a murder before they even touch a gun. That's what they did. So let me look at some of the comments here. And I appreciate everybody watching. Oh, you guys are great. We have about 40-something people, 45 people watching. Thank you so much. If you want to support the channel, become a patron. There we go. 210 videos demonetized by YouTube. 210 videos so far. That's what they do. I'm in the process of submitting some requests, but believe it or not, this stream right here, before it went live, it was already demonetized. So that's what they're doing. I mean, before I even went live, I already had that yellow sign saying that my video is limited and no ads, whatever, meaning that, you know, demonetized. Now, just a little side note here. Some of you guys are like, well, it doesn't make sense to make money out of YouTube. A video that is not monetized is a video that will not be promoted. If a video doesn't get promoted, the video is not going to get views. If the video does not get views, guess what, guys? They're stopping the message from being spread. So it's not about the money. It's about spreading the message. And YouTube is trying really hard to stop the message of Second Amendment. They are. So a lot of you guys think that views come from subscribers. Views don't come from subscribers. Views come from search results. And if your video do not show in the search results, guess what? Your video is not going to get views. So yeah, it's interesting how that works out, but it is what it is. So big shout out to everybody watching out there. Wicked Sensations in the house. Jesus is God is in the house. Thank you for the support, sir. It's great to have you here. Logo operators in the house. I think Jason said something good. I will consider getting rid of guns. Oh, yeah. That's a really good one. Jason C said, I will consider getting rid of my guns when liberals politicians disarm their security. They're just a bunch of hypocrites, man. Hypocrites. They tell you not to do something, but they do completely the opposite, you know. Don't bring guns, don't have guns, but my kids, you know, my kids go to school with armed security. Must be nice. Must be really nice to see that. Joel's in the house. What's going on, man? Hope you're doing good. And Colin N said Google and Facebook are engaged in a social engineering. And it is against us. Yeah, you're right, man. Remember, Google just came out with YouTube just came out with a new announcement saying that they will redirect. That's the word they use. Redirect search results that they find to be sensitive. So guns are sensitive. So at one point in the near future, what you're going to see is like you're going to search for a topic and YouTube will provide you with something completely different. I'm already seeing issues with that. In the last 4 months, I have lost over 100,000 views a month. The channel used to average 350 to 420,000 views. That's a lot of views, guys. And I'm lucky if I average 250 to 270. So I have dropped about 100,000 views in the last 4 months. So meaning that I have more videos, I have produced more videos. I should not be losing views. I should continue to engage. I should continue to get more views. That's what should happen. But I'm not getting those views. A lot of YouTube channels are already stopping, and it all has to do with this new situation. And again, you know, look around. Just look around. A lot of the gun channels are not even making content anymore. I'm not just a YouTuber. I just don't do videos. I watch videos. That's what I do. You know, I love this platform. I love to watch videos and things like that. And I'm telling you right now, a lot of YouTubers are not even making videos anymore because of this. They have taken a large hit. And it is what it is. You know, we're going to find ways to continue to do this. I'm not stopping by any way. I love doing this. And obviously, guys like Patreon and things like that help me out a lot with providing with money. So you need money to do things like this. So, yeah, but don't, you know, here's the deal, guys. Here's the deal. Don't let it ruin it. If you find a video that you really like, if you find a video that you enjoy, share that video. Share in Facebook, share in different places, sharing, I don't know, all the places that you could share social media. Share that video and continue to share that information, or even share the channel. So like that, you help us spread the gospel of the Second Amendment. So let me see who else out there. Sandpaper Pistol Grip says it is the bill of rights, now the bill of knees. No doubt. Alex Vlog says, I want a gun for my birthday. Me too, man. I want a gun for my birthday. Actually, there was a new tell me in the comments if you guys know this. There's a Ruger, I want to say 5.56 MPV, maybe. Little Ruger AR-15 budget rifle. I mean, it looks like a little cool rifle. It was for about $520. I was thinking that maybe I could flex something around the house, maybe sell my computer and buy me that rifle the other day. I'm not going to get it now, but it looks like a really good rifle. And again, there's a lot of good prices out there. I know my local store here had a good sale and CZs, pistols. So yeah, man, hopefully you get a good one, dude. So, but Tacticos in the house. I'm in the Sunshine State, man, in Florida. It's funny, man, because I was actually talking to my wife the other day, and I was showing her your channel, and I just love how you always I love how you always start your videos when you say "my people," and I thought one of this day I started a video like that and then send it to you, just kind of like, you know, it's cool. It's I don't know. I always like how you start the video, and I always click on your video because you start the video like that. I think it's cool. It's kind of like the real Cobra Burnout when he goes like, shh. I like that. But anyways, if you haven't checked out Tactical, go and check him out. Awesome knife reviews. He's like my knife channel, and he actually goes into the woods and just beat the crap out of trees with knife and things like that. So he's not just talking like I do. He does a lot of testing, and I love that. Richard said, are you on the East Coast? I'm close to Daytona Beach and close to Jacksonville. I'm about 45 minutes from Jacksonville. So yeah, I live pretty close to the beach too. I don't like the beach that much, but yeah, I live pretty close to it. Run G19 says, all 311s, where you at? Oh man, I love having Marines here in the house. All right, so anyways, I just wanted to come up here. Just wanted to come right here and talk to you guys. Oh, Pastor Charles in the house. Definitely go ahead and check out Pastor Charles. I'm loving his channel. And if you're a Christian boy and you want to hear about God, wow, you will be blessed if you watch his channel because he has great information. He's there in the comments right now. So click on his name and subscribe. Richard said, you are close to Caltech. I don't know, man. I don't know if I am. I don't own any Caltechs, and not because of anything. It's just I never been around there. Palm Beach, no, Palm Coast, a little place called Palm Coast. Steven said the only person who could tell me how many guns I can buy is my sweet wifey. No doubt, man. No doubt. Oh man, that's funny. All right, guys, so I appreciate the support. Stay tuned. Remember, like I said, do not give your rights away. Don't give them away. You know, just don't give it away. You know, people are going to ask you this question. People are going to ask you and challenge you this question. Say, well, how many military guns can you own? How many this can you own? How many, you know, just be prepared. You know, I always think about the Second Amendment. This is the last thing I'm going to say. But I think about the Second Amendment kind of like Jesus. People will come and debate you on God. People will. If you're a believer, you know this for a fact, that people will come and debate you. They're going to tell you, well, if God is real, why this happens? If God is so merciful and so grateful, why this happen? You know, if God is in control, like I say here in the channel, why is little kids dying? Why did this in Las Vegas happen? So people will come and challenge you. You got to be ready. You really got to be ready to answer these questions. You know, the same thing with the Second Amendment. People will come and say, well, tell me, why do you need an AR-15 that shoots like 700 rounds in 3 seconds and it has the clip of scene? You know, like Matt says, clip of sense, you know. You got to be ready to answer this question. You really do, because like I said, people will ask you these questions, and you just got to be prepared. And if your answer is like, blah, 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 you won't be able to do any positive to the Second Amendment. If your answer is like, because I want to, you won't be able to bring any positivity into the Second Amendment. I always remember the Maine Prepper, which, by the way, I don't know where the Maine Prepper is. I wish he would still continue to do videos, because his videos were amazing. But I think about the Maine Prepper because he said one time, there's 3 categories of people. People that care about the Second Amendment, people that don't care about the Second Amendment, and then people that are against the Second Amendment. So here's the deal. We want to bring the people that don't care into our bubble, not into the other bubble. And when we see crazy people like this, people are automatically, you know, are going to be like, well, guns are bad, I need to go into that bubble. And what we really need to do is that we need to go out there and be like, no, this is what's going on, this is what's going to happen, this is some facts. And you know what, truly there's evil in this place, because people's heart are wicked, and we need to defend ourselves. So here's a way to do it. So we got to be ready to answer those questions. Again, that's just how I think. Let me know what you think. Put comments down below. If you want to support the channel, consider becoming patrons, because like I say, YouTube love to demonetize videos in the channel. And like I said, this video is already demonetized. The little red yellow thing was already there. But again, I appreciate your support. Stay tuned, because we got a lot of videos coming up. And as always, guys, God is in control.